Dude, you've been single too long, Jake said, his voice buzzing with excitement over the phone. I set you up on a blind date. Her name's Sarah, she's adventurous, funny, total catch. Table 7 at La Bellevue, 7 p.m. Don't screw it up. Alex laughed it off at first, but the idea of a night out sounded better than another frozen dinner alone. He rummaged through his closet, borrowed a decent suit from his roommate, and splashed on some cheap cologne. Nervous as hell, he hopped on the subway, his palms sweaty, heart racing like a faulty carburetor. La Bellevue was a world away from his reality, marble floors gleaming under chandeliers that cost more than his annual salary, tables draped in white linen, and patrons sipping wine that could buy a small car. Alex felt out of place, like a wrench in a jewelry box, but he scanned for table 7. There it was, by the window overlooking the city lights. A woman sat there alone, stunning in an emerald green dress that hugged her curves, her dark hair cascading like a waterfall. She was in a wheelchair, but her posture was poised, her smile inviting as she sipped water. This had to be Sarah. Alex straightened his tie and approached. Hi, you must be Sarah. I'm Alex, he said, extending a hand that still had a faint grease stain. She looked up, those emerald eyes locking onto his with a mix of surprise and amusement. Actually, I'm Emily, she replied, her voice soft yet confident, taking his hand gently. But sit down anyway. You look like you've got a story. Alex hesitated, glancing around, no sign of another table mix-up. Shrugging, he sat, figuring fate had a weird sense of humor. Little did he know, Emily Harrington was no ordinary woman. At 26, she was the only daughter of Victor Harrington, the cutthroat CEO of Harrington Industries, a tech giant worth billions. 5 years earlier, the accident had changed everything. A drunk driver smashed into her car on a rainy night, leaving her paralyzed from the waist down. Her dreams of becoming a professional dancer shattered like glass. Victor, racked with guilt, became overprotective, controlling her life like a chess piece. That night, he had arranged for her to meet Richard Langford, a slick businessman from another elite family, to seal a merger through marriage. But Richard was late, and Emily, fed up with being pawned off, decided to entertain this charming stranger instead. As they talked, magic sparked. Alex ordered a cheap beer, embarrassed when the waiter raised an eyebrow, but Emily waved it off and covered the tab. Tell me about yourself, she said, leaning in. Alex opened up, about the garage, how fixing things gave him purpose, his mom's battle with illness that taught him resilience. Life's like an engine, he said with a grin. Sometimes it breaks, but you tweak it and it roars back. Emily laughed, a sound like music, and shared her world, painting vibrant abstracts in her penthouse studio, the frustration of pitying stares, her secret wish to break free from her dad's iron grip. Hours flew by. Appetizers arrived, caviar for her, fries for him, and their connection deepened. Emily felt seen, not as the poor paralyzed girl, but as a woman with fire. Alex was mesmerized by her strength, her wit sharper than any tool in his kit. When Richard finally showed up, all smug in his designer suit, Emily dismissed him coolly. Wrong timing, she said. Richard stormed off, but Emily turned back to Alex, her cheeks pink. I'd rather stay with you. By night's end, they exchanged numbers. Alex floated home on cloud 9, texting her immediately, wrong table, right company. Emily, wheeled into her limo, smiled at her phone, heart pounding. But secrets lurked. Emily was engaged to Richard, arranged, loveless, a business deal. And Alex? He had baggage too, Lisa, his on-again off-again ex, who had cheated but kept reeling him back with tears and promises. Days blurred into a whirlwind of texts and calls. Emily sent photos of her art, swirls of blue and gold evoking freedom. Alex replied with garage selfies, joking about oil stains as modern art. Their first real date was at a cozy cafe, where Alex pushed her wheelchair through Central Park, autumn leaves crunching under them. He listened as she recounted the accident, the screech of tires, the pain, waking up unable to feel her legs. Dad thinks money fixes everything, she said bitterly. But it can't give me back my dance. Alex shared his grief, how losing his mom made him fear attachments. In return, when her van broke down, he fixed it gratis, his hands steady on the ramps and lifts designed for her chair. Emily introduced him to painting, guiding his brush in her studio overlooking the skyline. Their worlds merged, grease and canvas, struggle and luxury. But intimacy grew tender. Alex learned her needs, massaging her shoulders after long days, holding her during nightmares of the crash. Cracks emerged when Lisa showed up at the garage, all dolled up, begging. "I miss you, Alex. We can start over." In weakness, he kissed her, but guilt crushed him. He confessed to Emily that night over phone. "I messed up bad." Her silence hurt. Then, pain makes us human. Choose better next time. Forgiven, Alex dumped Lisa for good, his focus on Emily sharpening. Months in, love bloomed secretly. Picnics where he'd carry her to grass, reading poems, studio nights with wine and whispers. Her paralysis forged deeper bonds, emotional rawness, trust in his care. She shone at events, advocating for accessibility, Alex cheering from shadows. But Victor noticed her glow, her skipped dinners. Richard, jealous, Odie, probed Alex's life. Christmas neared. Alex crafted a necklace, wrench and paintbrush entwined in silver. In Snowy Park, Emily gifted a portrait of them. "I love you," she breathed. He echoed, kissing her. Bliss shattered when Victor confronted that mechanic. "He's scum." Ultimatum: end it or lose everything. Funds for her therapies, her home. Alex faced Richard's bribe at garage. "Take this cash, vanish." Rage boiled. Alex punched him. Cops called. Calling Emily, he sensed distance. She spilled, engagement, threats. Betrayal stung, but love won. "We'll fight," he vowed. As holidays faded, crossroads loomed, class wars, hidden truths ready to explode. Their stolen moments fueled hope. Alex researched paralysis aids, dreaming of supporting her fully. Emily plotted escape, but fear paralyzed her more than legs. Jake warned Alex, "She's trouble." Ignored, Alex pressed on. New Year's Eve, fireworks lit skies as they met briefly, vowing eternity. But Victor's spies snapped photos, storm brewing. Emily's world tightened, guards monitored calls. Alex's garage suffered boycotts from Richard's influence. Yet care persisted. Alex sent care packages, notes of encouragement. "Your strength inspires me," he wrote. Emily clung to them, defiance growing. TW tensions peaked at a charity gala Emily attended alone. Alex sneaked in as waiter, their eyes meeting across room. A brush of hands, whispered plans. But Victor spotted, dragging her away. "You'll marry Richard or rot." Heartbroken, Emily texted Alex, "Maybe he's right." Doubt crept, but Alex's reply burned bright, "Love fixes broken things. Us included." As winter thawed, small victories, Alex won a local mechanics award, media buzz reaching Emily. She smiled, sneaking calls. Bond unbreakable, despite divides. Section 1 ends on cliffhanger, secrets unraveling, love tested, disaster turning destiny. Word count, 2012, the storm hit hard as January chilled the city bones. Victor froze Emily's accounts, stranding her in opulence without freedom. Medical bills loomed, specialists, equipment for her condition. Secret motel meetup, Emily wheeled in disguised, tears flowing. "I need you, but how?" Alex held her, promising solutions. "Elope?" She wavered. Stability mattered, his job paid peanuts. Betrayal exploded via Lisa's revenge. Bitter ex hacked Alex's phone, leaked pics to tabloids. Billionaire's daughter slums with mechanic, went viral. Alex gold digger, Emily homewrecker. Victor disowned publicly, confining her to Hampton's estate. Richard pounced, proposing amid chaos, "Marry me, I'll save face." Refusal earned isolation, no visitors, phone confiscated, Alex hounded by paparazzi, garage empty. The storm hit hard as January chilled the city to its bones, turning every breath into a cloud of regret. Victor Harrington didn't waste a second, his fury unleashed like a corporate takeover. He froze Emily's trust fund accounts overnight, cutting off her access to the specialized therapies, custom meds, and adaptive equipment that kept her paralysis from worsening into constant pain. Stranded in her penthouse prison, Emily stared at blank canvases, her paints drying up like her hope. Alex, on the other end of a smuggled burner phone, heard the quiver in her voice during their risky calls. "He's killing me slowly," she whispered one night, the city sirens wailing outside like echoes of her despair. They risked everything for a motel meetup on the city's edge, a dingy place where cash talked and questions died. Emily arrived disguised in a hoodie and sunglasses, her wheelchair maneuvering through potholed parking lots with Alex's help. He lifted her into his arms for a hug that felt like salvation, her tears soaking his shirt. "I can't lose you, Alex, but how do we survive this?" she pleaded, her fingers tracing the stubble on his jaw. He proposed eloping right then, Vegas, anywhere, but reality crashed in. Her condition demanded ongoing care, experimental nerve treatments costing thousands monthly, a van with lifts his mechanic's salary couldn't touch. "Love's the spark, but stability's the fuel," she said, echoing Victor's poisoned words that now gnawed at her soul. They parted at dawn, hearts heavier, promises fragile, betrayal struck next, vicious and viral, courtesy of Lisa's venomous revenge. Alex's ex, still simmering from the dump, had clung to old photos and access to his cloud. One click, and intimacy pics of Alex and Emily, stolen park kisses, studio embraces, flooded tabloid sites. Headlines screamed scandal, billionaire heiress dumps fiancé for greasy gold digger. Social media erupted, memes mocking Emily's wheelchair as pity bait, Alex as a leech climbing social ladders. Overnight, Emily became the cheating fiancé, her reputation shredded. Victor capitalized, issuing a public statement disowning her. "My daughter has chosen disgrace over family." He whisked her to the Hamptons estate, guards at every door, phones confiscated, world shrunk to ocean views and isolation. Richard slithered in like the snake he was, visiting under pretense of concern. "Marry me now, Emily. I'll spin this mess, restore your image," he crooned, his hand on her knee, a touch that repulsed her. She refused, wheeling away, but the walls closed tighter. Friends ghosted her calls, whispers of "homewrecker" echoing in empty halls. Her body ached without routines, muscle spasms unchecked, spirit crumbling. Alex fared worse, paparazzi camped his garage, clients fled fearing association, boss fired him for distraction. Eviction papers slapped his door, debts piled like junkyard wrecks. Nights blurred into booze and breakdowns, punching walls till knuckles bled, replaying her laugh on loop. Jake tried intervening, slamming beers at a dive bar. "Walk away, man. She's poison ivy and diamonds, out of your league, dragging you down." Alex shoved him off, eyes bloodshot. "You don't get it. She's my fix." Refusing defeat, he channeled grief into action. Late nights at public libraries, avoiding digital traces, he pored over old accident reports. Twist uncovered, the drunk driver wasn't random. He was a bankrupt exec Victor had crushed in a hostile takeover years prior. Motive screamed revenge, evidence of hushed settlements and NDAs. Heart pounding, Alex stormed Harrington Tower, bluffing past security to Victor's office. "You buried the truth to control her." Alex roared, slamming printouts down. Victor, cool as steel, admitted fragments. "Accidents happen in business. I protected my empire, and her." But guilt flickered in his eyes. Security hauled Alex out, but not before his phone captured the confession in a hidden pocket record. Burner shipped to Emily via a trusted nurse, the audio played in her locked room like a bomb. "All these years, lies to keep me chained," she sobbed, confronting Victor that night. He brushed it off, "For your good." But fear of exposure cracked his armor, pressure peaked, Emily's health dipped, untreated pain landing her in bed, weak and wheezing. Desperate for meds, she caved partially, agreeing to a staged engagement announcement with Richard to unlock funds. The goodbye call to Alex gutted them both. "This chaos, you deserve normalcy, not my cage." Her voice shattered, hang up echoing. Alex spiraled deeper, garage padlocked, sleeping in his truck. But love's fire refused snuffing. Inspired by their story, he launched an anonymous GoFundMe, True Love vs. Tyranny, help a couple beat billionaire odds. He poured details, wrong table meet, care through storms, without names at first. It exploded, strangers shared, donations surged past 100K in days. Viral videos of supporters, love cares beyond wheels and wealth. Emily, sneaking online via the nurse's tablet, saw the page, Alex's words glowing, her strength taught me devotion, my hands fix what's broken, starting with us. Hope reignited like a spark plug. Wheeling to Victor with phone in hand, she played the recording, threatening media leak, free me, or your empire burns. Stocks dipped on whispers, board panicked. Victor relented halfway, funds restored, guards eased, but warned, that boy proves worthy, or else. Richard, sensing loss, schemed dirtier. Hired goons trashed Alex's truck, spread rumors of his ongoing cheating with Lisa via fake texts. Doubt wormed into Emily briefly, late-night scrolls fueling paranoia. But Alex countered with proof, handwritten letters smuggled in, detailing his solo nights, small gifts like fixed art tools delivered covertly. Care from one heart mends all, he wrote. Her trust rebuilt, defiance bloomed, spring thawed tensions. Victor, cornered by PR nightmares, summoned Alex to a neutral dinner at a midtown steakhouse, no guards, just suits and steaks. Alex arrived scrubbed, resolute. Over rare fillets, he dismantled a vintage car photo on Victor's phone, spotting a rare engine flaw, this timing belt's off, fix it wrong, seizes everything. He explained repairs step by step, metaphor for life. Victor probed, what do you want, money? Alex met his gaze, her happiness. Not your throne. Cracks showed, Victor shared his rags to riches tale, climbing from mechanic roots himself, losing his wife to unchecked illness, vowing no repeats with Emily. Fear made me monster, he admitted gruffly. Nod given, meet her. Earn it. Reunion hit like summer sun in Central Park, cherry blossoms petal storming. Alex wheeled Emily to their bench, pulling the necklace from pocket, now adapted into a ring pendant, wrench paintbrush eternal. On one knee, wrong table started us, right love finishes. Marry me. Sobs mixed with yes, kisses fierce amid passers-by applause. Freedom followed, Emily ditched Richard publicly, he slunk off, empire merger dust. Wedding simple, beachside, close friends, Jake best man, Victor wheeling her down sandy aisle in custom chair. Vows raw, through disasters, I care for you always. Aftermath healed scars. Alex's garage reborn with Emily's ethical investment, no strings. He specialized in adaptive vehicles, helping disabled drivers. Emily launched Art Foundation, galleries showcasing paralyzed creators, her pieces selling for millions donated back. They adopted a spirited girl, Mia, whose laughs filled homes blending grease and glamour. Nights, Alex massaged her legs, whispering futures, days, she painted his portraits, capturing care's quiet power, years blurred triumphs, anniversaries at La Bellevue, table 7 reserved forever. Richard's downfall, scandals of his own cheating exposed. Victor redeemed grandpa, funding grandkid adventures, regrets softened. Final reflection on a balcony sunset, Emily leaned into Alex. Blind disaster birthed our sight. He smiled, one's love care conquered all, cheating fates, broken bodies, billionaire walls.